call Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and all the great millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Well, I got a chance right now. I'm gonna hit a quick hit because people right now, people in the world, they're worried about the pandemic that Esau made and are worried about an insect that's new to this land. It's called Azareth, which you can find in 2nd Esdras, about the name of this place that's called Amarga, a bitter land. You can find it in 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. Azareth is the name of this place. But that's another point altogether. But to get back on topic, I just wanted to hit on how creatures that the Yahweh made, the Yahweh is responsible for. He made through, has his prophets as his mouthpiece. He also has his servants as his weapons and battle axes of war that he will use to break down the nations. It pertains to Jeremiah. He also has the creatures, the wild beasts, the insects, and the ants to cause all kinds of chaos. Even dragons. Not what you think of when you think of the fantasy dragon, but like a different type of dragon. But it's a dragon, a large reptile that kills. And Leviathan can be considered one. I'm gonna get that next after I get this about Leviathan, because the terror that Esau is going to bring is going to be a big part of the upcoming trouble that's going to hit this place. But a few unfortunate people out there are going to run into wild beasts, man. They're going to get devoured while still alive. Going to watch people that they know in their whole lives getting eaten from, shit themselves to death from witnessing such a horrendous thing, man. Yahweh willing. If I'm mistaken, that's what that means. Yahweh willing. Yahweh willing. Yahweh willing. That everyone catches the judgment they deserve for not turning to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because the prophets have been out there pushing this word for years. About 50 years. Ever since Elijah came back. As Alpha Bivens. Anyway, getting back to the scripture. I was referencing scriptures in there, in that little prelude to this. If you know the words, like battle axe, weapons of war, like that, like I said, look at that up in the King James V search. See what comes up. You'd be surprised. Anyway, this is Wisdom of Solomon 11. I'm going to start at 17. For the Almighty had hand that made the world of matter without form, when it not means to send among them a multitude of bears and fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor, fiery vapor sounds a lot like fire breath, or a filthy sense of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. Killing white man. That's what that sounds like to me. Laser eyes, man. Fucking, that's what that sounds like. Shit. That's deep. Got Esau and actually Jake taking inspiration from the scripts, Jack Kirby. It's a well-known fact that Jack Kirby acknowledged that the first superhero superhero that he noticed that wasn't Moses. Moses is a superhero. It takes a special kind of spirit to be put on you to testify the gospel of peace, or the way and the truth and the life. To testify the gospel of Yahweh Shai. Have the spirit of prophecy on you to at least make videos. Some motherfuckers out there, they can still go in their cities. They have the ability to go out in cars and shit. You got brothers like me that can't do shit besides make videos right now. But I've been out, Yahweh Shai knows it, preaching. But fuck, man. You got a lot of people that want to run into some crazy ass shit out there. Want to catch judgment from getting fucking burned with fucking fire and shit from animals, from beasts, man. That hasn't been seen in ages. But anyway, whereof not only the harm might dispatch them at once, but also the terrible sight utterly destroy them. Yeah, the society of the creatures that you see, man, want to make you shit your bowels out, want to make you cry your eyes out, want to make you strangle yourself on your own fucking spit. More the saliva coming out of your mouth, man. It's a horrible fucking fate, man. A fate that the elect will not have to worry about when the time comes. Because the elect, man, or the hopeful elect right now, we haven't been those that are chosen, but the elect have not been saved yet, but just the horrors, man. The elect's going to be avoided. It'll be a blessing compared. This will be this shit with that elect in the face. It's going to be a blessing. A straight blessing. And mercy compared what the rest of Israel's gonna face, and the rest of the fucking heathens, man. I don't even care about the fucking heathens. They're trash. They're all trash. Esau's the worst of them. We all know that. We know how Esau's even despised among the heathen. You see how today, in the news and shit, how everyone's tired of Babylon the Great. Tired of this great old slut. Ain't never had a war on his land. Besides the massacre and the genocide that I saw wasted away a day, Esau, and Edom, his people, if you don't know, now you know. They put up against Gad, and the Native American, the Seminoles, I forget which tribe the Seminole Indians, they'll call it Seminole Indians were, but the Native Americans, Gad, I know they're Gad. Like the shit they face from Esau, man, the fucking hell, the rape, the murder, man, and the fucking tearing them away from their families, slaughtering most of their families, man. Even until this day, I just saw an article about, I think it was Russian Today, about how Native Americans, cats, a few that are remaining, they asked for the fucking test, the treatment kits and shit, whatever the fuck. And he saw 3 weeks later, after a long ass time, he sent them body bags. He sent our brother's body bag, my brother's body bags, man. I know they might be 2/3, but fuck, man. The sheer pride and disrespect this devil has against what is the scripture? For the violence against thy brother, thou shalt be ashamed. I think it's something along those lines. I'm loosely paraphrasing. But fuck, man. He has 1,000 years of slavery. And most people have 1,000 years of fucking slavery to face, man. That's what you did. Got a long ass time of slavery to face. I think it's 1,000 years. I think, if I'm mistaken. Forget the scriptures. But yeah, they're gonna be in slavery until they're fucking exterminated, though. But I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit Job 40 real quick. That's powerful, powerful scriptures. Leviathan, the king that's all proud. Slovakia, I think it's 41. Alright, give me a second. Alright, Slovakia, it's still 41. Alright, I'm gonna start at the top. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a horn? No, you can't. Job's just stating the obvious. Everyone knows who Leviathan is, man. They know what kind of damage he can do. You can't fucking pierce his scales. His tongue is tougher with a fucking fishing hook and whatever the fuck you can throw at him to try to get into his mouth or whatever. He's smart as fuck too. Canst thou put a hook into his nose or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Like with a spear or some shit, you know? You're not gonna put a fucking rose thorn in a fucking fish's mouth or a giant alligator, which is basically the biggest type of fucking alligator, but fucking smart as all fuck, smarter than a motherfucker. You can't. You can't. Your fucking bullets won't even work on it either, man. All the fucking arsenal he's gonna try to throw it out when you make an appearance, man. Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? No, he's gonna come to fucking destroy. He's gonna to feel the wrath of him who sent. I'm gonna get that next. I got it right here on deck. He's not gonna come with peace. He's not gonna come with soft. He's not gonna come softly, all meekly, like a fucking little poodle that's been sadly bred down to a laughing stock of the wolves that they once were. A fucking shame, man. Should have been kept them the way they was, man. From the greatest fucking companions on this planet, man. At least wolves are still around, man. At least they're still around. I wanna have wolves on my fucking property. That's for damn sure. On my planet and shit. Yahweh willing. Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shawin, man. Beautiful beast, man. Deserve to have roaming grounds and shit. Had to be cooped up in cages like Esau's fucking gym. Esau's fucking jailhouse, the zoos, man. He calls good evil. He makes evil good evil and evil good, man. Fucking piece of shit ass though. The thief come not but to steal, kill, and destroy. Isn't it not written so? And that motherfucker has done so forever, man. Always does it, always will. He deserves to have Obadiah, that book happen to him, man. It'd be a fucking mercy. He can't stop himself from being wicked. Anyway. Will he make a covenant with thee, without taking for a servant forever? Yet without play with him as with a bird, or without buying him for thy maidens, when you make him a pet? Nah, man. You can't make Leviathan, that big ass motherfucker. Really need more than two. That's also a thing to consider, because he has to stay around, unless he's immortal. Because Yahweh, he designed like creatures like lobsters to be immortal. Unless a motherfucker is doing that like Esau, because it's lucky. Lobsters are basically the trash cans and shrimp and shit. The trash cans, lobsters especially, man. They take care of the ocean, right? Esau, motherfucker, wants to fish out all the trash cans, pollute the fucking whole fucking oceans, man. Goddamn devil, man. Only fucking destroy shit. Pardon my French. I'm just pissed off right now. Pissed off more than a motherfucker. Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Nah, man, you can't fucking even kill him, man. Like, they know he was fucking he's basically unstoppable. He's being as an instrument of judgment, man. Oh, I wanna get that. I wanna finish this up though. Let me move down. Yeah, his scales are his pride. Shut up together as a close series. Don't get into his scales. They're how designed, man. They are joined one to another. They stick together. They cannot be sundered. By his nesting a light doth shine, And his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. His eyes, they glow like the fucking sunrise, man. Fucking, he wants him to. I think it's maybe on command, but his eyes, man, they know for a fact. A Leviathan, the species or whatever the fuck. I'm not sure exactly, but Leviathan, maybe the plural. Like fucking, their eyes fucking glow, man. Not like in the fucking like night shit, see infrared vision or whatever the fuck, like light flickers your eyes or whatever at the right angle. No, like motherfucker, his eyes are like the fucking sunrise, man. Glowing, man. And this is it here. Because Solomon, who was Yahweh Shai, if you don't know that, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and they call his father Yahweh, they call Yahweh God, ignorantly so. But yeah, out of his mouth go burning lamps and sparks of fire leap out. Fucking fire breath out, like a roaring like you should imagine a roaring fucking dragon to do, man. Motherfucker might be able to shoot laser beams, man. Cause fire, ash, I think that's the word, if I'm not mistaken. You know, that is fire. It burns shit, not just like light, like a light radiates from the fire, but like the fucking fire itself, man. There's ash, man, ash, and like the ash is left behind. Like ash meant fire, and the ash, this English shit fucked up the meaning. We're supposed to be used in fucking context, if I'm not mistaken, Lashon Kodash, which is the right title, the right label for the Hebrew language. So that Yiddish bullshit. Out of his nostrils goes smoke. It's fucking so hot, he has to vent that shit out of his nose, man. As out of a seething pot of cauldron. His breath kindleth coals. If you didn't get the point, please. A flame goeth out of He says it directly. A flame goeth out of his mouth. So yeah, that's the point on that for Leviathan. I'm gonna leave it on here. I'm gonna get a Ecclesiastes 39, and I'm gonna start at 27. And these things are for the good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. So I can with the battery, I can be spinning my shit. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Yahweh is responsible for their made. They want to pass the instruments of their tools. The tools of destruction and violence Yahweh uses against the wicked, against the heathen too, to torment them also. This How he no joke, man. He may have had had Jacob named laughter or Salaki or Joker or joke or whatever the proper translation is. Jacob ain't no joke. He fought for his blessing, man. He wanted to show he had faith and he showed it, man. But getting back to the point, so the sinners they are turned into evil. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, retribution, wrath, fury, which in their fury, in their frustration, a pit spirit jumps on them to do fucking shit, man. To fuck shit up. For Yahweh, to appease Yahweh, to appease the Lord's wrath, instruments of his wrath, man. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail and famine, man, that spirit of famine that hits the land. The Hamites, man, they're gonna do one of the fucking worst plagues in the fucking longest while, man. All that technology, all that bullshit Esau decided to fucking generate, making it unstable and everything and shit, fuck up everything up. And that still cannot stop the wrath. Nothing in existence can stop the wrath of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shah, man. I'm speaking out of, I think that maybe speaking out of the script, but just put it this way, Yahweh, man, he's consuming fire, like it says in Hebrews, the book of Hebrews. Like, and he's a jealous power too. We all know he's a jealous power. As he's sitting in the law in the Deuteronomy, if I'm not mistaken. I think so in Leviticus too. And like, what he controls everything. The heaven is his throne, and the earth is his footstool, man. Like, fucking heck, man. Nothing can stop Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Lord of hosts. Yahweh is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name. I think the scripture goes. I think that's in Deuteronomy 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to get the exact scripture, just give me a way to look for that. But I'm getting back to the point. Fire and hell, fucking falling ice, man. Famine and death, the act of fucking dying, any fucking way you die. That's in a brutal fashion, or even an old age, or from fucking a heart attack or an aneurysm, man. Cancer too, man. Fuck. All these were created for vengeance, you know. Teeth of wild beasts. Here we go. Like the Leviathan's teeth. Shit so tight you can't even get it with. Read Job 41 for that. Scorpions and serpents and the sword. You know, Esau's guns, not the modern sword is his guns, you know, because he can't bring a knife to a gunfight, as the saying goes. Punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his command. They are glad to fulfill the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, of his commandment. And they shall be ready upon earth where need is. Yahweh will put them wherever the position he's going to need them at. Like he had Esau probably bring that fucking Cornish motherfucker. That so-called Asian death planet, whatever the fuck, bullshit, whatever. Everything got a fucking poison dart frogs, man. Like, even though you should take it seriously, man, that should put the fear of the Yahweh in you. Man, if you're a man of the Yahweh, if you after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, start sincerely, man. All you need to worry about is keeping the Lord's commandments. And then worry about if you love Yahweh Shai, if you love Yahweh, if you appreciate what they've done for you, man, keep his commandments, like he said, like Yahweh Shai himself said. Man, I'm getting back to the point, man. If you have faith, faith without works is dead, right? Yeah, if isn't one of his, isn't doing the works, like keeping the commandments, you know? If you, it shows of faith, like acting like you care, acting like you give a damn, man. Fuck, man. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions and serpents and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Yeah, that's it on that point. But fuck, actually, this one I wanted to get out of Jacob's trouble one more time. Just in case you're not fucking worried about that yet. If you're not right with Yahweh, if you don't think, if you don't feel in your spirit that you're right with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, if you're not going that direction, seeking after him, man. Fuck, man. This is Jeremiah, I'm sorry, 30, chapter 30, verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh, the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and of not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, and this woman travail, and all faces are turned to paleness. Everyone's fucking shitting themselves, worried to death, afraid about what's to fucking hit them. You know, afraid about what's happening right at that fucking moment, man. I'm fucking raised like a fucking cycle of shit's happened before, and they're passing judgment upon Israel. But this day, there shall be none like it, man. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it by his elect, his 144,000. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Yahweh of hosts, the Yahweh of armies, the Lord of armies, of his heavenly host, a host is a fucking army, man. All the chariots, all the angels, man. Innumerable fucking, probably innumerable fucking Israelite souls, if I'm not mistaken. I might have got that wrong. So lucky, actually, you're not even supposed to count, man, the number of Israel. You're not supposed to count that. So it is innumerable, actually. Because Yahweh will pass judgment on the water when he went off, and the rest of Israel, man. Because he fucked up and tried to make a count of the number of Israel, man. You're not supposed to fucking do that shit. So, and those angels up there are brothers, or Israelites too, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, like, fuck, man. There are no room, man. If I'm not mistaken right now. How well I'm not mistaken. I'm not trying to get put to death for my own fucking stupidity. First shall come to, this is 8. Verse 8. First shall come to pass in that day, saith the Yahweh of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off of thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves on it, and will never be slaves again, man. After this fucking captivity, after this Babylon the Great captivity, this last part of that Babylonian statue, man. That was the vision. That was a dream that Daniel told, translated for the Babylonian king. Or the king, it was the king of Syria. Fuck. I need to read Daniel again. And if you wonder what the Yahweh looks like, read Revelations, the 1st chapter, or I believe, and also Daniel, the 7th chapter. I think 7 and 12. I think that's where it's at. You get a description of the Ancient of Days. Look at that in Google. Yeah, Ancient of Days. KJV. Yeah, do that. You're doing yourself a favor, I promise you. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, the Yahweh, neither be you disdain, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and no shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, saith Yahweh, to save thee. Like Yahweh is our salvation, Yahweh Shai. And he said, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, man. For Yahweh Shai told us all that he is the way and the truth in our life, and that no one can go to the Father but by him. So yeah. I'm going to keep on reading this and that'll be it and close out. Although I make a full end of all the nations, for whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Yeah, you're going to catch judgment as a total people, but like his people that are, like it says in Ezekiel, the ones that sighed, Ezekiel 9, the ones that sighed and that cried, shown their faith for the abomination thereof inside Jerusalem, because Jerusalem's a people for its place. They're the ones that will be exempt from judgment, from the cruelest of fates. Because once that fucking wrath pours out, man, it's gonna fucking hit hard. It's gonna be fucking brutal, man. Learn how to be like that old lesson Elder Zahara put out. Learn how to be an asshole. Just look at that video. It should be still there. Learn how to be an asshole. If I'm not mistaken. It might have been on his old channel that got taken down, but what? Fuck. Anyway, learn how to be an asshole, man. Learn how to show you care for Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, my shit about to die. Alright, I'm gonna say, call Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Hashem Crocodile. Shalom. Yashua.